watching. Let me see they're watching. After the 1+1, who think I want a 2? Let me see they're watching. Let me see they're watching. After the zombies, somebody zombies, this is zombies, this is a zombies, this is zombies, this is a zombies, this is zombies. I don't know, be I in the RKG. Be I in the RKG. Oh, Miss you, be I in the RKG. Oh, why can't you? Why can't you? You can't lie. Je vois pas la vie. Je vois pas la vie. Hey, honey, why you going?
Akoye mama, awedi akoye fada, kofre jani moda, misi akoyo. Patu aponi ona patu dia ya ho, arodi ba jisi anu, ajapadi anu bro, ami huso.
Adwina ye adwina Happy. Bye. Happy. Papa is up there. Papa is up there. Up without fighting the demons in the air. So stop all these fights and all these arguments. The question is that, is your father okay? I am 100% okay. The question is that, is your father happy? I am super happy. Question is that, is your father going to go through this? I promise you, I'll go through it honorably. So every one of you should relax, be happy, and don't, like Doc said, don't waste your time fighting on the Facebook. Waste your time pushing the agenda of expansion. Post messages, preach to people, let everybody know
that surely it is our year of expansion. Are you excited? Tell your neighbor, I'm all right. Amen. Prof. Because
and he wins this election, I, Apostle Kwabena Ofredi, I am offering my body to be lynched by the NDC foot soldiers and grassroots supporters. We will meet at former grassroots, Kwame Nkrumah interchange. Bring all your cameras, call me, beauty, organize it. I will come. Whatever they want to do to me, they can stone me, lash me, whatever. I said, I offer myself. Because I am so confident in my God that I know there's no turning back. No turning back.
Be bold. Marry. Set the date. If you are afraid of veil, don't veil. If you are afraid of gown, don't gown. If you are afraid of wedding cake, don't cake. Just come to the church office. This is the woman I want, this is the man I want. Do you, I do. Go. That's how it's done. Then from there you start together in agreement, praying together, thinking together, planning together, acting together. And you would see that the battles you are fighting now become easier. One gets down, the other pulls him back. The one is down, the other pulls him back. And step by step, the result of the vote. So you can actually vote for a party which can punish you. Yes. And they can punish you and create hardship for you, but because you see it like supporting Olympics or Accra House of Folk, you still support, although the policies are not favoring you. It's not about party colors. A nation becomes what its citizens vote for. Sometimes we pray, we say, let's pray for the nation, that God will bless the nation. No, we have to pray that the citizens will make intelligent choices. Because if the citizens don't make intelligent choices, God is not going to come and rule Ghana for us.
Now one kasana diako so enti what you say. I will beat me case and now will be my poster be and a one way thank from me and sa me show one now one casa what the aquos we are saying. And I shan't regent. Why not see a shan't regent to Abba? Now, Gano, that's a cranny anya BB wa hasaya. Now, Omo Western North. Yeah, pass a broken heart in Yasam Ketua. Himba and ma me boom ma pa we are sick. Me see what himba me boom ma we are so. E bi o ho wo kope no. No wa ka kire wo se bra mi krom we entinya botre na anye we wo pente wonti ana bra sister on pemi ana. Sa wo ma bro. And ma bre papa
because of their broken heart.
No himba dia ya wo mu kwa ne se Ubeso TV and now Ubeso WhatsApp no go ubete everyday na me yawu don't mahama everyday buanipa na wa buanipa don't mahama I need us to need everyday nipa we need us wo everyday
Uzo TV na answer
just kwasia sam kwasia nyum just a bua kuma tetia kuma just a me yes me TV biem awo me wiase me bae oye ba me se nipa famu ni abedru ba bia ya due me se nya foku.
And I've had a lot of text messages. Papa, what are you saying? Papa, prophets are prophesying all over. After your prophecy, everybody is aggressive. Bishops are praying and prophesying. Pastors are prophesying. What is Papa saying? Has the verdict changed? Watch this. I stand here to let you know that what the Lord told me during Signs and Tokens conference, which was reaffirmed when we were having the all night, the Lord told me is the final verdict of the election. Nothing has changed. And by the 9th of December, we shall know the men from the boys, the prophets from the people. I stand to reaffirm here and not just that. I stood on this altar years before when my son was not the general secretary, and I said MPP was going to lose so much in parliament. The same God that told me this time around MPP will have a commanding control in the parliament, a very decisive win in parliament. Even up until July, swearing Signs and Tokens, after I prophesied that Dr. Baumia will win the election, my son, the general secretary, came and said, Papa, are you sure of what you are saying? You want to tell them what the banter you had with me? He said, Papa, I've seen you do some crazy things, but this one is too crazy. Please, you just, if it is because of me, let me do my work so that if I fail alone. I don't want to go with you. So that when I fail, I'll be there to, to protect you. I said, you cannot protect me. I'm not a delegate. And I can never be one. I'm a delegate for the kingdom. Anyway, so let me tell you this. So for those of you who are still saying, Papa, you are not speaking, let me say this on this altar. I am not a prophetic commentator. That is why you don't see me going from one radio station to the other. When God speaks, I don't defend what he says. Let me explain this to you. You remember when my son, the general secretary, is here, Kodia is here? Stand up. And please, he's been very busy and he has worked so hard. He works like a ninja in all the regions. And when he was going for elections, you remember I prayed for him when everything was against the system. I can't remember when I had the revelation that Kodia should go and stand for the general secretary. He said, Papa, please, I know you are a prophet, but this one there, Papa, it's not possible. I said, son, you are going. Yeah, Papa, it's not possible. I said, the Lord has told me that you are the next general secretary of the MPP party. This boy argued with me until after like almost a month when he threw the towel in. And I told him that you win. The system was against him. Everybody called me and they said, we've heard you are prophesied. Go and prophesy back. Like a lot of people. No, my prophetic is not for sale. Nobody, nobody can bribe me to prophesy. Nobody, you can't. Me, I had people coming to tell me, go and prophesy again. The originality, and to quote you, I decree and declare the originality of what God has said over your life. It cannot be thwarted. Give me oil. Give me oil. Give me oil. Yes, Lord. The same oil that gave you victory when the system was against you and you yourself did not believe. But I anointed you and I said, to prove that I am a servant of God, go and defy the system. You defied it and you won. As the general secretary of the party MPP, regardless of your shortcomings and whatever they call it, whether you are perfect or imperfect, whether you are qualified or unqualified, whether you are working hard or not working hard, it is just a statement to be made that the Lord will use you as a statement. When the immortal Father speaks, mortality cannot counter attack the voice of God. On this altar, let the whole nation and this world know that you, Kodia, comparing notes with what the prophet said and with what the Lord told him to say, I declare you are not leading the MPP into opposition. Here, your victory has been sealed and the prophecy has been sealed in the name of Jesus Christ. Go and sit down, son.
I know a lot of people stayed up all night to be listening to the election results. Yes, I spoke about it, I prophesied about it. The same way God has been speaking to me over the years, He spoke to me. But the opposite occurred. The Bible says that let God be true and let all men be liars. I saw right, I heard right, but the opposite had occurred. And so there is nothing I can do, I can say. It's very interesting that in our walk with God, there are times that you feel you know Him so much, you have come to a place, and He always starts and redefines Himself to you. And personally, I think that physically it is difficult to explain, because the same way I've been hearing God speak was the same way I heard Him speak. But for those of you who have followed me over the years, you know that most of the things that He uses me to say come to pass. And so I will not give the blame to God. God is true and every man is a liar. When it comes to God, I will prefer to be the liar for God to be the true one. But that doesn't end it all. Tell your neighbor, it doesn't end it. We mami mejan kom sheshe. We nebe mama koshem kompaye. And I think I've known God so much, and I'm not the first prophet who has encountered this. Isaiah encountered it, Jehoshaphat encountered it, and so in life, that is how it is. God at times will have to let everybody know that you are human and He's God. Regardless of how much God uses me, I am man and God is God. And so let us get it right. God never made a mistake. If there was any mistake, I was the one who made a mistake. And I'm human, and that's not the first time. But there is something so strong in my heart.
And I've had a lot of text messages. Papa, what are you saying? Papa, prophets are prophesying all over. After your prophecy, everybody is aggressive. Bishops are praying and prophesying. Pastors are prophesying. What is Papa saying? Has the verdict changed? Watch this. I stand here to let you know that what the Lord told me during Signs and Tokens conference, which was reaffirmed when we were having the all night, the Lord told me is the final verdict of the election. Nothing has changed. And by the 9th of December, we shall know the men from the boys, the prophets from the people.
Body to make me happy. I'm happy myself. Oh, after mass, I don't want anybody to congratulate me. When I enter my room and I take my bottle of club, I open it into the glass. Oh, listen. I use the glass to hit the bottle. I say, cheers. I cheer myself. I'm not waiting for anybody to cheer me up.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our joy, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame.
If you reach a certain stage in life and there is nobody who can look you in the eye and tell you the truth, you are doomed. And that is where our country has gotten to. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. And I feel very terrible as a Ghanaian at this time. This country is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in serious trouble. We need to rescue this country, ladies and gentlemen. The presidency has been so depraved, so muddied, so dirtied, that I tell you in all sincerity as a Ghanaian, that I feel terribly sad today as a Ghanaian. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. Inshallah.
Please don't cry.
We shall rescue our country.
Government is broke, government is broke. But people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
Right, hello, good morning and welcome to the show. This is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. It's a Friday, the 20th day of December, 2024. By His grace, we're live and we're here. We're yet another edition of the show. Our gratitude to go to the Most High God for the rare privilege of being alive and, of course, the opportunity of having another conversation around the top stories making the rounds here in our dear Republic. I'll let you into our panel for the morning's conversation shortly, but let's take a look at the front pages of our newspapers. Daily Graphic. Dedicate fund to pre-tertiary education. NAT cries out to next government. Easy to recollate parliamentary results of 9 constituencies. Africa needs people-centered leaders. Former World Bank Vice President. East Legon road crash. Bishop Salif Wamaku's son gets 6 months sentence. And I'm sure that this is an issue that perhaps we need lawyers and jurists and others to explain to the public as far as the sentencing is concerned, because I hear a lot of commentary on this particular matter. Well, Ghanaian Times. Fight against corruption, oral, not for witch hunt. President-elect insists. Disputed December 7 election results. EC rejects Ablekuma North Okankwe Central Coalition results. East Legon accident. Bishop Salif Wamaku's son jailed 6 months. Daily Guide. Sino-Africa's land grab claims baseless. Kwame blame. Nana grants 14 colleges university charter. Salifu Amaku-San jailed 6 months. Parents fined 12,000 Ghana cedis. Presents budget or risk jail. Minority leader. Protectors to recollect 9 outstanding results. EC appeals. New weekend crusading guide. $13 million last-minute contract push. E-gate system installation at Kotoka International Airport cost $94.6 million, not $240 million. Ghana Immigration Service. No IMC at Adamos Resources Limited, High Court. Attacks on coalition centers cause standstill, says EC. Forestry Commission fails to meet timber export value target for third quarter, rakes in only 92.6 million euros. The insight. Resign in your own interests. Concerned NPP patriots tell national executives following defeat. Are these the people? Okay. The mass recollation of results by EC, a threat to Ghana's democracy. Madi Jibril. Cocoa Board, government transition team clash over alleged payment of $13 million to fertilizer supplier. Build victory statute for Mahama and Ashimor. Theophilus Ankama tells Greater Accra NDC after landslide win. Aftermath of election 2024, in Sawame Dwajiri residents want EC to declare an Odompre winner of disputed poll. Buyers alert. Red flags fly over Tetegu lands as Ni Kofi Kuma, the first, warns foreigners over sale of lands. The Informer. NPP's 2024 electoral defeat, low voter turnout scores, Baumia reveals. Throughout petition against Chief Justice, Akufo-Addo urged. Recollation of 9 constituency results, beef up security for our men, EC to Akufo-Addo and Mahama. Delay in release of WASI results, WAEC broke. East Legon deadly car crash. Family rejects 6 months jail term for Salifu Amaku's son. Ghanaians condemn NDC organizer over lawlessness. The Inquisitor, we no go agree. Anger and pleas over public relations, something for IGP. You can read that one. Okay. Salifu Amaku's son sentenced 6 months for East Legon accident. Ghanaians hail oral committee for decision to work free for state. Atachian relishes proper investment for sports. Joe Wise wants Afenyo Markin as minority leader. The Herald. Cocoa Board managers rush $13 million fertilizer payment in 1 day, despite Mohammed's transition team warnings. Joe Osewusu, best upon Nkrumah's minority leader ambition, backs Afenyo Markin for 9th Parliament. British company challenges government's actions over Bogosu Prestia mines. Private developer exposed in Ghana Waterland saga. Menshia Palace intervenes in dispute. Kotoka's $147 million e-gate service. Create, loot, and share, says minority. Cites margins ID group as installers. The Daily Statesman, $240 million cost claim for Kotoka International Airport e-gate falls. Ghana Immigration Service says it's rather 1.7 million. Unimac honors Bernard Donko as best graduating student in journalism. Congratulations. IMF, Ghana's external position moderately stronger. EC rejects parliamentary results from 9 constituencies. Daily Post, energy sector needs urgent surgery. Mahama, Bost engages in last-minute questionable payments. Don't tempt us. There will be no recollation of parliamentary results. NDC wants EC. Not even Kufuor comes close to Mahama. He has the support of Asanteman, Otumfuo's Aheninanum Hene, and a good old Catholic standard. Reach out to vulnerable, marginalized this Christmas. Nuncio. Path cleared for assent to anti-LGBTQ law. Pope Francis survives 2 threats to his life in Iraq. 150 million Africans pushed into poverty due to hefty healthcare bills, WHO. Editorial, rediscover the true spirit of Christmas. And the Catholic Standard would like to inform its cherished readers and clients that it's taking a break for the Christmas. They're taking a break from today. So this is the last edition for the year. They'll be back on the newsstands. They'll resume work on Monday, the 6th of January, 2025. Okay, that's my birthday. All right. So that'll be it for the front pages. We're back shortly.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver.
Again.
Hello, thank you for calling MTN.
This is Jerry, Jolly J for short.
How may I help?
I'm not happy with you guys at all. You've been giving Bongo gifts all the time.
Who is Bongo?
Oh, Bongo, my friend. He purchased in my room.
Oh.
You've been giving free gifts, but I don't.
That's MTN rewards, sir. Talk, text, browse, and more, and you get to redeem free call time or data by simply dialing *550#. And on Fridays, you can even get extra special rewards like food vouchers, shopping discounts, and much more.
Papa didn't tell me anything, no. Would you like to know how I got the name Jolly J?
That won't be necessary, Mr. Jolly. Calling customer care service doesn't give you points.
I'm gonna call my mom. I'll call my grandma. And I'll call my ex. That girl can talk, Papa. Hello, Mama. So what's the topic for today?
MTN.
Hey, girl, what's up?
How far with your internship?
To be honest, I'm so nervous about starting this new role on Monday.
Oh, please. I know you'll be great at it. You should be worried about what benefits they have. Example, do they have health insurance?
I doubt they will have that for interns. But no shaking. I have NHIS already.
Actually, I'm on a line.
Ina, look at you. What are you going to do in the office when you can just download the app to register for an NHIS membership?
Yes, my people. You heard right. You can now download and register your membership on my NHIS app. No long queues or tedious paperwork. All you need is your Ghana card to register for yourself and for others. Once you register, you get a new digital NHIS card on your phone. My NHIS app gives you access to credentialed health facilities and services across the country. NHIS covers over 95% of disease conditions in Ghana. Access to healthcare just got easier.
Now let me sign up quickly. Miss Seth, I'm starting work next month.
Jingle bells, jingle bells. Ho, ho, ho! Christmas is in the air. And it all starts at Electrum. Get amazing gift vouchers worth up to 5,000 Ghana cedis. Plus, incredible discount of up to 60% on all your favorite electronics. From smart TVs to washing machines, refrigerators, mobiles, laptops, and more. Get the best deals on all big brands like LG, Broom, Samsung, Philips, Orient, Infinix, Tecno, Tamashi, Pico, Itel, HP, and many more. Call or WhatsApp us on 0552 777 905. Celebrate Christmas full with goodies only at Electromat, your world of electronics.
Attention all farmers, are you ready to take your crops to the next level? Introducing 3 effective organic composts that will revolutionize your farming practices. ACAP, KCAP and Iricop brings to you the ultimate solution for your fertilizer needs. Introducing the ACAP Grade A, KCAP Equiafua Jinkwa, and the Iricop with cocoa blends, palm blend, and mulch. These are made from locally sourced municipal solid waste, and these are the perfect choice for sustainable farming. Join the organic revolution today. Boost your crop yield, improve soil health, and support sustainable farming practices. Choose ACAP, KCAP, and Iricop organic compost for a greener and bountiful harvest. For your purchase and more information, call the numbers on your screen. Our products are endorsed by COCOBOD, Planting for Food and Jobs, and the Ministry of Food and Agriculture.
A home is never complete without the warmth of family, the assurance of security, and the joy of shared moments. Whether you are returning home from abroad or seeking a new beginning, Rehoboth Havens Ayimensa is where your journey truly begins. Discover the perfect balance of modern living and natural beauty with flexible installment plans available to make your dream home a reality. Our 2 and 3 bedroom houses offer spacious interiors, elegant designs, and all the comfort your family needs. Experience a lifestyle of convenience, progress, and security. Each home is crafted with care, ensuring your family enjoys every moment. Rehoboth Havens is more than just a gated estate. It's a vibrant community. From safe playgrounds to serene surroundings, it's the perfect place for families to thrive. Join a growing community that values safety, comfort, and affordable housing. Your future starts here. Rehoboth Havens, Solutions, where your housing dream becomes a reality. Visit www.rehobothsocialhousing.com to learn more.
Here's Kwame and Yao, but Mrs.
Sometimes the unexpected happens and the hero falls down in his own story. But he needs not stay down for long. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance is your trusted health partner. Whether an individual building a business, with Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern. For the best health insurance solutions for corporate institutions, groups and associations, families and individuals, choose Cosmopolitan Health Insurance from our over 700 accredited health service providers nationwide. Call us on 0302 540 668 or 0501 678 547 for all your health insurance solutions. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern.
Look around. Home also need a makeover. Mine clearly does. So we went to Ashroom and found the Como collection. It had everything we're looking for and more. Matching furniture for the entire home, designed with you in mind.
Where's Como collection? Dressing up is just a breeze. Always ready with a perfect accessory.
A magic dressing mirror. One look and you're ready to face the world. Or at least the kids.
A bed perfect for young men who want
a table that turns into a treasure chest.
And finally, a sofa with this grand TV unit for family time at home.
Head over to any Ashphone store now and discover the new Como collection. Ashphone, feel it, know it.
Apomode honsem yemfen diagro. Enunti nese wonom edopapa nko. Exodus moringa capsules, any Exodus dandelion capsules. Efi Exodus elusuyenum, nebe boa wa pomode. Emu bia wo benya no betimi aboa. Nanso so when you two no, wobetimi handom abom, nebe boa papa. So wonom Exodus moringa capsules, ne Exodus dandelion capsules. Ebwa mamoja di efusani yi. Na fe ebusi wo immune system no. Na kweti ayarewa ahodo. Minimi ye se nipa dodo na nim dia moringa etimi ye. Na dandelion so ye nim. Eno nti me nkasa bebre. Enye mma apemfo. Ana abatan a oma enifo. Ana abofra onya emfidumi. Exodus ehua dance die dos.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver.
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. And Charlie, Christmas is here again, and Momo from MTN is the love. When your loved ones send money from abroad onto your Momo wallet, you receive 300 MB for free. You heard me right. Each time you receive money from abroad via Momo, you automatically get 300 megabytes of data to go online and show your friends and family how you're celebrating Christmas back home. So let's make memories. This Christmas, encourage your loved ones to send their remittances directly to your Momo. More love, more data. Just Momo this Christmas and beyond. Terms and conditions apply. So you know how to do it. Tell all those abroad that they should send it through Momo, to your Momo wallet. And MTN has a lot of goodies for you. Right, here with me on the show this morning, 2 members of parliament who have a few days to exit parliament. I wish like playing that Osibisa song, which was very popular with Osofo Dazie. We are going. Anyway, so with me on the show this morning, Andrew Ejapa Mesa, Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture. He's also a member of Parliament for 2nd D.
Outgoing
member of Parliament, 2nd D, and he's not coming back to the House. He's also a legal practitioner. Okay, I know his chambers, so I know where to find him.
Yeah, certainly.
Bobo.
Yeah, bro.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
By His grace, I'm well.
Okay, we'll come back and find out what happened at 2nd D.
Very well.
Okay, but also. Also with me on the show is an outgoing MP, but he is on a voluntary exit. He is going by himself. He says he's tired. After being held up with his family in a hotel room amidst gunshots for hours, he's decided that his family needs some peace. So he's told us, the people from my hometown, he's told us that so he's here with us as a former Minister of Sports, an outgoing member of Parliament for Ododo Diodio. He's also the ranking member on local government and rural development in Parliament. Edwin, for those who do not know, Edwin Nilante Vanderpoel. His first name is Edwin. Oh, no. I'll just Brad D is here with us. Brad, good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm blessed.
And your younger brother won the seat.
Yes.
Yes, he won the seat.
Yes. I told you.
Yes.
It's going to be.
Yes. NPP primaries came up. There was this thing that, look, they've gone for a candidate who really disturbed the NDC, somebody who was supposed to have been NDC and is now MPP, and Muslim votes also and all that. But the results didn't demonstrate anything close.
When I told you that sometimes we have our own problems after every primaries, but when they're getting close to elections, we come together and we look at the common interest. And so the last 2 months to elections, and possibly, let me say, 6 weeks, the last 6 weeks, what we did was that we divided the constituency among ourselves. You know, we are lucky we have all the former MPs alive.
Okay.
Ishmael Aite, Taki Kome, Okanja is indisposed, and I. So we share the constituency among ourselves. And the other contestants in the primaries, Okanlaye, Make Yabuanan, also joined. So we had more people on the ground than the MPP. Unfortunately, they were affected by the fact that they were not able to unite. The Bannerman faction did not really come on board. So it affected them.
The one you jinxed Nana Akufo-Addo about?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Bobo! Obanide.
Well, let me say good morning to our cherished viewers and to take this opportunity to wish my daughter, Alison Rainey. She turned 10 yesterday.
Whoa.
Yes. Happy birthday.
Happy 10th.
Yeah.
Wow, she's growing so fast.
Yeah, she is. She is. And she had her own program for the entire week.
Of course.
It's a birthday week. Thankfully, she's reduced it from the month to a week, so I can live with it.
Ali, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yeah.
Randy, secondly, I guess that the people spoke loud and clear. Many factors are coming up.
Okay.
And really, beyond the national, if you like, pattern.
Yes.
Where increasingly people who traditionally vote MPP, if you look at the 2020 figures relative to 2024, just decided to stay away for reasons that we're yet to find out. Of course, I mean, going around during my house-to-house engagements, you got a sense that people were not inclined on voting.
Right.
Because some said that, well, we voted for you for 28 years, 30 years since Edubo Hene's time. We haven't got anything. Of course, some communities, we had issues with roads, especially the Kwikuma enclave, where they typically will vote MPP. It's one of our strongholds. We started some road project in 2019, spanning Kwikuma, Parisqua, Bakichi, some sections in Second D. All that sections were done.
Okay.
But the Kwikuma one, after the 2020 election, you see the contractors pulling off because of non-payment. And try as we did to get them to go back, you had them always coming back at you that, hey, I haven't been paid. And so when it got close to the election and we tried to engage them that, look, this is creating problems for us, and they go back, they really don't achieve much. The drip machines come in and you try to deploy them. They came in late though. And I get a sense that people felt that, hey, you guys, it's only when we get into election that you come and try and get some of these things done. So really there was no motivation on the part of people who traditionally vote MPP going out to vote. On the day of the election, during my own rounds, I saw the, for the youth, it was, hey, MP Ameri, I am Tuaba, kind of. Oh yeah. It was
they wanted to be incentivized.
Yes.
To go out and vote.
Before they go and vote. I mean, you see groups of young men just idling close to the polling station. 1, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, some 4. Just not interested. Everybody, all of a sudden, doesn't live in Second D anymore. Everybody is traveled in from Elmina, from Cape Coast, from Takwa, Pristia.
Wow.
And so you needed to pay transport for everybody. And so, but I guess that people are raising other issues on the economy, cost of living, and all of that, I believe, we'll have to assess them properly to see what it is that made across the entire country in excess of 2 million people just deciding not to go to the polls to vote on election day. And I guess that whichever way you look at it, it's a humbling experience for us as a party, for myself as an individual. I was completely shocked. I mean, I did not for once believe that we were going to lose the election. But I mean, it is what it is. And we certainly have to do some introspection, look at the issues critically, and then see the way forward. I my own personal views about re-election and seeking mandate after you lose and all that. But of course, I mean, a lot of people are speaking to me that, hey, hold on, never say never in this enterprise. And so I guess that we'll leave it for the next couple of months to see how it all plays out. And then we'll take a final decision whether...
So this is in respect to your political future?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Now, You know, I love research. I love data. So along the elections, I was paying attention to the data. And anybody who followed, especially the work of info analytics, you see a trend. And the trend is that anytime they speak to people who voted NPP, and if you watch their polling, I don't know why they did that. Maybe it's a question I need to ask Musa Dankwa again. Anytime, if you see the political demographics, there are a lot more MPP than NDC in terms of the people they poll. Now, increasingly, you will see between 15 and 30% of people who say they voted for Akufo-Addo in 2020, saying that they will vote for John Mahama. And then in the case of John Mahama, you would find a maximum of 2-3% of people who voted for him in 2020 saying that they will vote for Bawumia. So that data suggested something, that there were a lot of people who, and I'm not discounting the issue of turnout. Yes, about 7 million people on the books did not turn up to vote. How they would have voted, we don't know. Okay, but the data consistently showed that you had sometimes as many as 30-35% of people who say that I voted this way for MPP. This time I'm shifting. I don't know if in your constituency, you at your level, at the MP's level, you had a situation like that.
If you look at the 2020 vote that, for example, I garnered about 17,000. It dropped to 11.
6,000.
The NDC candidate, I believe, got in the region of 10,000, and this candidate got about 14,000. So there was a 3,000 increase. But then again, you would see that a lot more people who voted for me in 2020 just decided not to vote. Maybe there was a shift in some of the votes to the NDC side as well.
So the NDC had 4,000 more in your
about
place?
3,000 more, 11 to 13, 14.
Okay, 3,000.
About. So then, is it a question of new voters also playing a role?
So we had about 1.7 million.
All of them voting for NDC. But clearly, if you look at the national numbers,
yes,
Mr. Mahama did not increase by 30%.
Compared to 2020. Yes.
And so then it puts into question the polling and the sense that you got almost 30% consistently saying that they voted for Akufo-Addo in 2020, but will vote for Mr. Mahama in 2020.
That is if you assume that the voter turnout also didn't affect John Mahama. That's on the assumption that it didn't affect him.
So you see a clear motivation of traditional NDC voters going to the polls to vote. Traditional. I mean, that's what the data, as far as I see it, speaks to. And you see a traditional MPP voter, I mean, if you do a comparative of the 2020 and 2024, just deciding to stay away. Okay, so I don't know to what extent the 30% of people who said they were not going to vote for Akufo-Addo MPP this time, but will vote for Mr. Mahama, actually translated to real vote on the day. I'm just looking at the raw numbers, and I see Mr. Mahama essentially doing flat on 2020 with no significant increase in the region of about 100,000. That certainly does not translate to 30% of the 2.1 million or so, you know, of traditional MPP voters. If you look at the 2020 figures, deciding to vote for Mr. Mahama, it tells you that they just decided to stay away. And so we need to find the reasons why they stayed away. And like I said, my own rounds when I was doing the house to house, especially when you go to Nkotompo, they vote MPP I mean, that's the World Bank of MPP in the second D. But they just didn't go to vote.
They didn't.
They did not vote. They just couldn't be bothered. And the sense you get, like I said when I was going on house to house, this time I'm here, and Twaba. Their children are going to free SHS. But they see your delegates, if you like, and they say it that watch one has Naomi in Bia. So you need to take a step back. Now, and they say, well, after watching one of the Naomi in Bia. Now I ask that, so if, for example, you have people who, as I go around on house to house, police station executives following me about Christmas time, and you give them something to, is that what you deem as, watch one of the man or in Bia? And you get people saying that watch one fridges and one TVs now. You want to go in and watch them all.
Well, like what happens
so
at primaries?
The delegates system, because we live in compound houses, you see the kinds of things that police station executives are getting, the goodies, if you like, that they're getting during the primaries process. And so then it feeds into the thinking that, we're not going to go and stand in the sun and vote for you, so that when you get whatever it is that is associated with power, you share it amongst yourself to our exclusion. That played out. I'm saying that cost of living certainly will play out. And regardless of the circumstances that leads to the increases in cost of living. For example, you import-dependent economy, if your freight cost increases 4-5-fold, it's not a fault of government, but it will impact on inflation and the pressures that you see. And people feel that, for those times, things have become expensive. You have the political opposition happen on it, and stuff like that. So, but at the end of the day, the vote is the vote. The outcome is the outcome. Mr. Mahama has won convincingly. Congratulations to him. I'm sure that as we speak, he's working to put his team together. I wish them the best. We'll critique them when necessary, support them if need be, and hope that they can also do their best to improve a lot of our people. I mean, for me, that's what matters. And then, as a party, I know that our flag bearer has spoken. There's some internal processes that is going to take place to try and rebuild, regroup, and then come back to fight another day. It's it.
Well, let me go to Nia and then we'll get back. Yes.
Well, Randy, let me say this. Let me also take the opportunity to say good morning to our viewers, and especially the people in my constituency, and of course to the whole country, especially Greater Accra and Ashanti region. I thank them so much.
Greater Accra was a massacre.
Yes, I'm so proud of myself that the work we did has yielded the results we were hoping for. It's been tireless work. I want first the MPP to understand one thing, that they lost this election because the NDC worked harder. It's clear, the NDC worked harder. We were able to break barriers, get to places we've never been before. I've been involved in elections. I was involved in Rawlings' election. I was involved in Atamil's election. I've been involved in Mahame's election. And Randy, the NDC of 2024 was something I've never seen before. It was all hands on deck. Everybody. Nobody needed anyone to push him, to incentivize him, to encourage him to be on the ground. There were people who were doing their own one-man campaign without any call. And people were so committed and dedicated to the cause that everybody was on board. We put our differences behind. We didn't look at what we're getting as individuals. We just focused on making Mama president. Initially, it wasn't a matter of parliamentary seats. it was just a matter that, look, we have to win these elections, no matter what. And on the ground, Randy, I didn't see the MPP.
You didn't see them?
No.
How?
I didn't. All the regions we went to, I didn't see the MPP. The MPP I saw in 96, in 2000, in 2004, and in 2008, 2016, were totally absent on the ground. They were overwhelmed. Randy, I will agree to some extent, and I want my brother to understand that truly, the reason why they lost elections was exactly what Otumfuo said to Nana Addo at the beginning of his tenure. That when President Mahama came to him, he told him that the people voted in consideration of their anger and their dissatisfaction of the economy. And so, if he's not careful, he will also be booted out on the same yardstick. And truly, on the ground, it was difficult. I met MPP people, Randy, who were reluctant to wear their own T-shirt to campaign because they couldn't stand the harassment, the insults from people when they go around. There was a time Eric Osewusu, Eddie Kwatin, Robert Ansan, Alex Aite, Neo Tukome and I, and yes, I think one other, we decided to do a little survey in Kumasi. So we wore the reset T-shirts through town in Kumasi for 1 hour. Randy, we did not meet one person for 1 hour wearing It Is Possible T-shirt in Kumasi, of all places. And as soon as people see us, those who are driving, they blow their horn, they honk, they wave at us, they shout, "Ezu, Eza." We walked from the mall to the stadium traffic light, turned left towards Edum. And for 1 hour, we did not see anybody wearing an MPP T-shirt. That should tell you something. We went in the evening, we decided to do another work around Bulldog. And we're there in our T-shirts. And if you could see how people were hailing and people were happy about us, then all of a sudden, MPP came there with their car, their pickup, started dropping their T-shirts on the table. And people were taking it and throwing it back at them. That should tell you something. It's a message. I just want the people to understand one thing, that in every election, especially when it comes to the end of a cycle, the incumbent government suffers some apathy. It happened to the NDC in 2000. It happened in 2008. It happened in 2016. And it has happened in 2024. When it comes to the cycle, no matter what you do, you will suffer some apathy. Because so many of your party supporters will have sat down, analyzed the past 8 years, and they ask themselves questions. What have I gained? What benefits have I derived from being a member of the party, fighting for the party the past 8 years? They will do analysis and see what are the trends, both economical trends, political trends, social trends. How is it going? And it informs the decision they will make. Look, if your party people, through your analysis, do not vote, it's a vote of no confidence in you. They are not happy with the way you have managed things. They wouldn't want to go to the polls, possibly to vote for the opponent, so they better stay. They abstain. An abstention is a vote of no confidence. It's a rejection, whether you like it or not. Maybe if those people have gone to the polls, the difference would have been wider. Yeah, because they don't want to embarrass their own party. They don't want to make it so bad for their own party, so they rather stay home. The MPP's campaign was also flawed. Randy, what was the message of the MPP in these elections? Free SHS. So, when people began to analyze and look at free SHS, do a critical analysis of the free SHS, vis-a-vis the economy, that the child goes to school, and then 3 weeks is home, coming to spend 3 months at home, then if that child, if you spend 15 cedis a day on that child, you calculate and you find out how much am I spending on this child instead of him being in school. Then you come to the realization that the free SHS, so-called free SHS, is rather hurting me more than benefiting from it. Because hitherto, under John Mahama, the child will be in school for 3 months uninterrupted. I will not be spending on him. I will not be paying water. I will not be paying electricity on him. But now he's home after 3 weeks. So for the 2 months and 1 week he's going to be home, I'm going to spend 15 cedis a day on him for food. I'm going to take care of his water. I'm going to take care of his electricity. And when you put that together, it tells me something. And people were doing those analyses. There was an interview of children who have benefited from free SHS. Randy, and 9 out of the 12 all related to the challenges, the difficulties of the free SHS, and the reason why, even though they benefit from the free SHS, they were going to vote for John Mahama. These were children who have finished free SHS and they are in a university, level 100. And they were talking about the challenges of the free SHS. I said, look, talk to us and we'll tell you what we went through. And if you consider the fact that prior to free SHS, all that the parents spent on the child in the boarding house was 420 cedis. And then, introduction of free SHS. Your child comes to stay home, and you end up spending over 1,200 cedis on the child. Free SHS will not be a convicting, let me say, message for you as you go to the polls. But the MPP were reluctant to do this analysis, and they were just free SHS, free SHS. I sit down and listen to your station, Randy, and out of the 20 adverts that were played, 17 free SHS. 3 were on Baumia's integrity.
Maybe they were responding to the data. Because if you follow the data and the data told you that, look, the number 1 issue is about the economy. 2 is about jobs. And then maybe education is 3rd or 4th.
Yes.
And you believe that when it comes to the economy, you don't have a comparative advantage. When it comes to jobs, you don't have a comparative advantage. When it comes to education, you believe that with the free SHS, you have a particular advantage. You would want to go there.
Randy, you see...
Because when it comes to the economy, it's not what you tell me. It's how I feel.
Thank you.
So you can inspire hope with a new person who is coming when it comes to discussion about the economy. But you would want to force the discussion on education rather than the economy. So maybe that's what informed the MPP strategy. They wanted to force
and then
the discussion on education rather than the economy.
Then they were not having feedback on the message. Because in political communication, once you introduce a particular issue, within a month, you should be able to do an analysis and have a feedback. Randy, in my constituency, do you know what people were saying? Even in Greater Accra, free SHS no why. How come in 7 cities will get free SHS? You understand?
Yeah.
In our economy, in our social life in Ghana, people want the realistic issues. You understand? Anybody who gets to the poll first will be asking themselves, how much am I buying cake? How much am I buying even ice water? Before you start thinking about free SHS. So that's what I'm saying, that if they have done the analysis very well, the issue of the economy, fine. Unless they are thrown their, well, let me say, let me accept it that way. Nana Akufo-Addo himself gave up on the economy long ago, before the elections, said that, well, he knows that things are very bad, but he is praying that the one who will come after him will do it better. And I can assure him, John Mama will do it better. Because we are convinced about the problems confronting us. We have fair knowledge about what the issues are and what we should do. It is only commitment that will make us be able to achieve. But let me say, generally, I feel bad for my friends, especially Bobo. I just hope that he will not abandon me when I come to second D. He will not take me to places that he used to take me. Even though I told him that he was losing, he didn't listen to me. Yes, I met him at the airport. I told him, Bobo, made you sit, no? I said, I will grow. In fact, he told me, he's here. He told me, he said, I'm joking. I told him I'm taking a seat. He said, I'm joking. I said, I won't tell me what second day. I said, you are joking. Go and look for better thing to do. That's what he told me. And my seat, no, so I'm fine. But that is football, you know. Football, I'm boxing, football, you know. When we finish, we exchange jerseys. We touch gloves. I hope he will not abandon me. I hope he's not taking anything too.
So what happened to Sly? That's the constituency you live in.
Yes. Sly's problem is MPP induced.
How?
Sly had too many problems in the constituency, especially when it comes to infrastructure. You know, we're not getting water. The doomsaw was too much in the constituency. The roads are terrible. And he cried many times. I know. I personally followed him to places where he wanted to seek help. Because I live in the community, so I thought that assisting him to get the help will ultimately benefit me too, you know. So it's not a matter of politics. But they didn't help him. They didn't help him. They waited at the last minute and decided to use the drip machine to do one or two things on the road. But it was too late. Our road was terrible. Randy, that was a road which was done during Atta Mills' time. That's why we call it Atta Mills Highway.
Okay.
From Old Barrier to Aplaku, to Botiano, to Oshie, up to Tuba. And you could use that road to connect to Buduburam.
Yes.
When there's traffic on the main road. So people, commuters, in the morning when there's traffic, and especially when it rains, and then there's a mudslide, and the main road is blocked, that is the road people use. And it was terrible. And apart from that, the two main roads, the arterial roads, Randy, were also bad. Botiano, New Botiano, through to Akwasa, My 11, and those places. And it was really bad for him. It was really bad for him. I thought that they would have helped him a bit, but his loss is our gain. So even though he's my brother, I'm happy with taking the seat because I know he will find something to do. And I'm around. So the two of us will look at how we can help each other. We are brothers after all. But then this is deserved because then DC has suffered too much in that constituency. For how long? We created a constituency and we never won before. And when you look at the dynamic, yes, that constituency was taken off Wejagbawe.
Okay.
It was specially created looking at the the population dynamics to favor us.
Gerrymandering in 2012.
Which you are expertise of.
You're sure?
Oh yes. You did it so well.
You want that to
Dambotre and Obiamwes.
The constituency record of both parties.
Yes, Dambotre and Obiamwes speciality. Randy, unfortunately, after Bright Demoji had won the first term, throughout, we've lost it. But if you look at the composition of that constituency, the NDC shouldn't lose. The NDC should no way lose that constituency. Like you're saying, that look at second D, if you look at the composition, you're looking at certain places, typical MPP strongholds. You understand? It's the same. But the NDC has never been strategic in that constituency. We've never been. But this time, in fact, when we had meetings and meetings and meetings in order to address a pertinent issue that always affects my coastal brothers. And that, to some extent, resolved our problem. It was an understanding, okay, let's give something out, let's also accept this, and not to make the dynamics much more resilient to the MPP strategy. And that helped us. In short, let me say this, Greater Accra, I wasn't surprised. Western region, I would say to a large extent, I wasn't surprised, even though one or two constituencies, yes, surprised me. The region that I was most surprised, Randy, to be frank with you, was Ahafo. Ahafo. Consistently, you know, we just want only 2 out of the 6. But when I went there, you know, that's where I grew up. When I went there and I saw the dynamics, I told Collins Dowda straight, that Collins, I think if we up our game, we can sweep this region. I say, oh, ne here any logistics. Say, no logistics now. You bet we are gening now. Earlier on, there was this research I saw which scared me about Erikopoku's constituency. I said, how? Erikopoku of all people. That we were rather sure of winning Tano South, but then we will lose Erikopoku's place. I said, how? I don't believe it. And Randy, Eric's margin, I was shocked. I was shocked. So winning those constituencies, we lost one just by a few votes. And I think that one is because our candidate could not stand the power of Gideon Boakon. We will have swept the whole Ahafo. Yes, I was very sure about Tano South. My very good friend, Dr. Sechere, was really, it was difficult for me to campaign in his constituency when I got there, but duty demands, I had to. Of all the regions, Randy, do you know where I had difficulty campaigning?
Where?
Patrick Boame's place, Henry Quarter's place, Dr. Sechere's place, and also Agogo's place, Brekum West.
Okay.
But I got to Jinjini. I went to Jinjini with my big boys and girls. We went with the umbrella. And Randy, the town that made a difference was Jinjini, Kuraso, and then Afarijan's hometown. And when I look at the figures of 2020, I said, meanwhile, I've met Agogo in Parliament. And he said, oh, don't worry at all. Whatever you do, I heard you were there twice. Whatever you do, your candidate can never beat, the Stuttgart can never beat me. I told him that, look, things have changed. Agogo, you yourself, you are not in the constituency. There was a program, I left Accra, I was invited, I got there. Agogo couldn't come. It was Brekum East who came to represent him. A senior of the district pastor of the Pentecost Church. And I was surprised. And my candidate told me, "Ne on to me ma. Obaha omehuru no, nti on to me ma." And I was shocked when I saw the result. So, Bobo, I just hope you take your legal profession more serious. And don't think about staging a comeback, because we are not going to yield that seat again. I'm telling you.
Well, that's
we're going to turn around second D, and that will make it almost impossible for the MPP to get close. I'm being frank with you.
As a politician, you can talk.
Randy,
you leave him.
Randy, I'm not talking. Randy, you know me. I don't talk. Look, I know what we at least going around with President Mahama, I was taking note of some of the things, some of the issues, like the way I did with President Mills. And we definitely will use, because we know what the people are asking for in second D. So it would be wrong for the assembly not to provide.
By your capacity to provide.
Look, there's always ingenious ways of doing things, and there's genius ways of doing things. So let me say this. Whatever it is, if even it is 1 cedi that assembly will get, that 1 cedi will not be misplaced. It will not be misapplied. It will be focused towards addressing some of the pertinent issues that the people raise and the reason why they voted for us in second D. And Bobo, I know, I saw Bobo's adverts, the things he has done, and under normal circumstances, it will be easy for the voter to look at those things and then vote. And I appreciate it because he did a lot of advertising. Randy, almost every 100 meters, there is a small advertising board enumerating his achievements in the constituency. I'm a line.
They say he has not done anything. So he had to show what he had done.
But you see, me, I'm from second D, right? That's where I was born, that's where I grew up. That's my hometown. And whatever it is that the NDC under President Mahama can do to improve the lot of the people of second D, I'm happy. Whatever development projects that government can invest in second D, I am extremely happy. But you should know, you better than anybody else, that elections are not necessarily won by things that government does. Because otherwise, the kind of infrastructure project that MPP under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo did in Greater Accra.
Greater Accra?
Of course.
What? Name one.
Roads. Plenty. Yes.
Roads. Which roads?
The government that did a lot of projects.
No, Greater Accra.
Greater Accra. Of course. Why? The interchanges that are springing up all over the place were not done by government.
Which interchanges? The flower pot, which was which was started by Mahama.
Of course. I mean, Mahama may have started.
Yes. Pokwase.
Government is a continuum.
That's the problem. The people knew how it started.
Because I've heard clips of people complaining in Ashanti region that the investment that government has made, of course, projects were done, started by governments that were abandoned in this country. Akufo-Addo could have abandoned some of them and started his own. And so if you claim that Mahama started, the point is investments were made by government to complete some of those projects to the detriment of some places like Ashanti region that we hear complaints on Sofo line and other places. So I'm saying that that is not the only measure that people vote based on. Even in second D, people are going around, so MP on here, MP on here. And so we advertise the things that we've done. People just decided not to go and vote for reasons other than development projects.
But you didn't think that
so
those things you
I'm
have
saying
done
that
were not related directly to the people?
Not necessarily, because why? Look, secondary market has always been an issue. Has always been an issue. Except that the program that government had outlined to deal with it in the medium term 2022-2024, because of our financing it was not carried through because we didn't have the resources.
Like a new market must be built.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a critical need.
What was making second day? All the
of course, not only the market, it was a railway as well.
The railway, the
it was the assembly plants. It was the distilleries. There were several things, including the timber and all that made secondary what secondary was. Of course, with time, some of these industries were sold, by the NDC administration, if I may add.
By the PNDC.
Why? So you're taking the P out, or
no,
you are not including the P?
You are a student of law.
The P,
so you should know.
The P into brackets P NDC administration.
You see, when it suits him.
you get what I mean? And so yes, of course. I mean, if government is able to raise 102 million euro to do the secondary market,
that's how much it will cost.
Yeah, that's the last estimates that
102 million euros.
Yes, the design and the costing that contractor had done that informed the decision to capture it in the medium-term budget.
Of all the projects that you're talking about, government has done in secondary, didn't you think that the market would have made more impact on the life of the people than some of the projects?
No, I agree, but it's a question of resources, funding, availability at any point in time. Okay, and so, for example, in all the discussions that we had in the engagements with the people of Secondary, Efian Kwantari development never was part of it. But key component of government strategy to provide health infrastructure across Ghana got government through our intervention to do one regional hospital in Western region and redevelop Efian Kwanta. So I'm saying that you have been in government before. I mean, you may have a certain vision, but the timing and the funding availability will determine whether that vision can be carried out immediately or it has to be deferred for something else as the governance system shapes up. And so, I'll be happy if the market is done. But I'm saying that the market getting done would not necessarily mean that the NDC can annex the secondary seat perpetually. But you will see, it will play out. But you see, interestingly, the propaganda and the half-truths, let's all as politicians try to stay away from them. Because you say that, for example, free SHS, 3 weeks in school and 3 months home.
No.
It's not borne out by the calendar. None of them.
Oh, really?
I'm telling you. It's untrue.
But the parents themselves talk about
parents. It's not a question of what parents see.
It's
a question of fact.
The traffic light?
Yes, the track system. Look.
The current students who are coming
I'm coming.
When did they go to school?
I'm coming. I have the 2023-2024 academic calendar here. In school, 2nd January 2024 to 28 March 2024. That is not 3 weeks.
Which
Form 3.
Yeah, but we're talking about first years.
Wait. I'll give you the first years. 4th December 2023 to 5th March 2024. That's not 3 weeks.
It's not true.
So why I conjure this thing here?
I'm saying it's not true.
See.
Let me just
let him finish.
Let's be factual with some of these things. Look, I support double track 100%.
You support double track?
Absolutely.
Really?
Of course. Because, and like the president of Ashesi University ably articulated, sweating existing infrastructure clearly would yield some cost savings for the state. When you and I were going to secondary school, we go to school first time after we come on vacation. It's conventions that they do in the classrooms. Christmas convention, Easter conventions.
We spent 3 months straight.
Please. You spent with 3 months, yes, but there was vacation period. And so if you can realign the academic calendar into semesters to ensure that you sweat the infrastructure, existing infrastructure entire year, why not? But yes, government took a decision that because we want the children to assemble at one time. It has its own benefits of getting everybody in Adisada College in school at the same time, rather than having two systems where one goes and...
Why are you using Adisada College?
Because that's where I went to school. And that's the one that will readily come to mind. You understand? And so that's a policy decision, and it's been rolled out. And indeed, as we speak, double track is no longer there, is it?
It's still there.
No.
The new calendar that was announced,
yes,
was to end it.
Yes.
Yes.
The one that did the promotion to the next year.
Yes.
So that was very short.
Yes.
The one that was that was extremely short.
But is it this calendar that they're making reference to, the 3 weeks and 3 months? They've been saying it consistently over the period. But the data does not support it. All I'm saying is that
has your child gone to school before?
Unfortunately, my child is not yet SHS level.
Yes.
But I'm saying that the calendar that has been published, public document, does not support this 3 weeks in school, 3 months at home propaganda that you guys have been peddling all these years.
But we are not the only Ghanaians.
It's not true.
Maybe not the 23, 24 calendar.
You can go back, I've checked 2022, 23, 2021, 22. It's all there in black and white. So let's move away from that.
Do you go by your calendar? You don't go by your calendar. You propose calendars, you don't go by them. Your minister himself was on TV talking about it, that the difficulties they had when they proposed the calendars, the difficulties they had
we
made it impossible to implement.
We await the commitments that Mr. Mahama made on free SHS.
Don't worry. By the grace of God Almighty, they will be delivered.
We are waiting for those of us whose children go to private school for free SHS to be extended so that we can also benefit.
But I will make sure that your son doesn't get the benefit
Why?
of that.
Because I don't pay taxes.
Because you have money. You have money. You've made a lot of money.
The private school your children attend are not eligible.
It's not part of
No. In fact, how much government pays for free SHS? Will those schools accept?
But that was the promise.
No, but I'm saying
that
the amount of money
we will extend it to include private schools. So we are wait.
The amount of money.
I've told
the amount of money that government spends.
In secondary school. I've told him that from January, Mr. Mahama is going to pay your school fees as part of the free SHS.
The amount of money that government spends on each child. No. On the amount of money that government spends.
When Mr. Mahama was making the promise, he didn't know.
No, but he didn't say that.
But what did he say? He says he was extending to include private schools.
But you understand?
I understand what he meant.
Yes.
That
he didn't mean that if your child is at Lincoln or Ghana International, free SHS will cover Ghana International.
He said it's a fake.
But there are a lot of.
Which one?
You have Harvard College. You have SNAPS. You have all those private secondary schools.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Not the international. Not the Ghana International.
He didn't tell us that. He said
they didn't have to tell you that. When the private schools go agitating to be added, you see the GIS and those people.
Don't worry, they will be added. But they will have to charge the fee that public schools.
The conversation is changing.
No.
And I don't have a problem, Randy. I was under the legitimate impression that
the first year school fees for the first year university students, it will cover people at Ashanti.
I don't know because I'm not yet there. When my child gets there, then we'll know whether it will cover him or not.
The day you are told that your child's school has been made part of free SHS, won't you withdraw your child?
Why?
You.
Free SHS is government scholarship.
I'm saying you.
I'm saying free SHS is nothing but government scholarship.
The same reason why.
All it means is that rather than the parent paying the bill, government is going to pay the bill on behalf of the parent.
The same reason why.
So we understood Mr. Mahama to mean that every private school that secondary school will be part of free SHS. That was I'm not entitled to have that.
The same reason why F Cube is free. Yes, you took your child to
school. Why didn't you allow your child to go to secondary?
You see,
early.
I don't have a problem.
Garrison early.
It's an election that parents elect to take their children to either public school or private school.
No parent
the policy that His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo rolled out was to cover public secondary schools. Mr. Mahama says that he will extend it and include private secondary schools. Now I'm being told.
But those schools are known.
Ex post facto.
No, those schools are known. They have an association.
Yes.
GNAPS or something.
Yes.
Ghana National Association of Private Schools. They have an association.
But who told you that Nigerian schools are not part of it?
I know they are schools. I know the schools.
If you want to enjoy Muhammad's period, let your child come to those schools. Randy, you know,
so you see,
if you want your children to enjoy, take them to Harvard.
Yes. Take them to
see,
Randy, you know,
oh, you know what? Let's
the footballer, former footballer.
Oh, really?
Wonderful school.
Where?
On the Kaswa Ashalaja Road.
Wow.
So Udatelampe School is part of that one?
Yes.
Okay.
He was so happy when he had an announcement that, look, now we're going to integrate their school, because he said they were losing students.
They do secondary.
They do secondary.
Okay.
They were losing students. So this one will help them to be able to get, because a lot of children in that area are now moving to the school because of.
And the goat meat lunch every day to.
Which one is goat meat lunch?
But Mr. Mahama said he's going to give the money to the headmasters so they can go and buy goat from the market to feed their children. Ready? Did you hear that one?
Bobo, even in defeat, you have lost your sense of humor.
Ready? Did you hear that one?
Aponchi Krakra.
Yes.
Look, let's take a break. Let's take a break.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver.
Hey guys, so I got this app. It's called Ayoba. It's a chat app that helps me with beauty tips and cooking tips. A super app that feeds me music and the latest sports content. I even use it for my studies. And the good news is, I don't need to use my data bundle because I'm on MTN. Chale, the app just did be.
Ayoba, the all-in-one app that lets you chat, call, read, play, pay, and listen. Use Ayoba at no data cost on MTN. Download Ayoba now.
Who are you? You. Charlie, I'll be you from the future. Who doesn't sleep on that slice of bread you call mattress anymore? Don some slippers, then follow me. It is by the mattress we did the front there. Yeah? That'll be the mattress where the dead for time. Wait, what are you doing? Wow! No damage at all. Not only durable, but also super comfortable. Come on, try it.
Nothing day like Ash Foam. Enjoy full body support and unparalleled comfort for a restful sleep.
Don't forget your keys.
Get the premium sleep experience with mattresses from Ash Foam. Visit any of our showrooms nationwide or at ashfoam.com.
Attention all farmers. Are you ready to take your crops to the next level? Introducing 3 effective organic composts that will revolutionize your farming practices. ACAP, KCAP, and IRECOP brings to you the ultimate solution for your fertilizer needs. Introducing the ACAP Grade A, KCAP Equiafua Jinkwa, and the IRECOP with cocoa blends, palm blend, and mulch. These are made from locally sourced municipal solid waste, and these are the perfect choice for sustainable farming. Join the organic revolution today. Boost your crop yield, improve soil health, and support sustainable farming practices. Choose ACAP, KCAP, and IRECOP organic compost for a greener and bountiful harvest. For your purchase and more information, call the numbers on your screen. Our products are endorsed by Cocoa Board, Planting for Food and Jobs, and the Ministry of Food and Agriculture.
This is Coastal Park, a well-demarcated gated community carved out to host your residential and commercial properties With a minimum of 40,000 Ghana cedis, you too can own a piece of the serene site.
It's just 50 minutes drive from the Central University College, as well as just some 5 minutes drive from the Ningo Senior High School. More so, just in case you live somewhere in Adam and you want to take that excursion to many of those areas along the Volta estuary, this is the right property for you to invest in.
Great news from Estate Masters Limited. We're running a 10% discount promo on all sites to celebrate our 10th anniversary. Join in the celebration by becoming an Estate Master. Enjoy benefits such as free site visits throughout the duration, free indenture, and free site plan. Contact us for more information. Remember, T's and C's apply. Estate Masters Limited, your most preferred estate partner.
You're the answer to my prayer. You're with me everywhere. You're my angel, miracle. You're all I need tonight. Give me shelter from the rain. You breathe life in me again. You're my angel, miracle. You're all I need to know tonight.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver.
We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know we will get there. We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know we will get there. Heaven knows where we are going, but we know we will get there. Boom, boom, ti-boom, ti-boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, ti-boom, ti-boom, boom, boom. We will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will get there.
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. Still me on the show. I have the Honorable Andrew Ejapamesa and the Honorable Edwin Nilante van der Poy. You've all been there. You've placed the perfect multi-bet and it's all going your way until it's not, and one or more picks let you down. Well, with Betway's Bet Saver feature, you can win even if your bet misses. Even on multiple losses, you can get your bet back and more. Bet Saver is exclusive to Betway. Get way more. Terms and conditions apply. This is regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way. Betway, get way more. And now let me say a big happy birthday to Madame Letitia Asante, popularly known as Auntie Letitia. Okay, so Auntie Letitia, Madame Letitia Asante, happy birthday to you. And I'm sure a lot of people will be wondering, who is Madame Letitia Asante? Okay, the woman who birthed Professor Eagle Eyes, Dr. Omani Buama. So that's Dr. Omani Buama's mother. Okay, so she's giving you the gift of Dr. Omani Buama, Madame Letitia Asante. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to her as well.
Yes,
You know, the birthday of the Vice President-elect?
No, I spoke with her yesterday.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow is her birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. What a time.
21st.
What a time to celebrate her birthday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tomorrow, we putting together all our big girls and big boys who were supposed to celebrate their birthday from the 3rd week of November to this time. Kwesi Ahoy, Totobi Kwachi, Kwampi Pra, Professor Jinano Pukwajiman, and all of them together.
Why they all deferred because of the election?
Yes.
So you're having one big party?
One big party for all of them.
At Accra Sports Stadium? But all these...
At Church Street.
Oh, okay.
It's the cream de la cream of the party.
Church Street, there you can't enter. You can't enter. You must have a special pass.
When you get to the gate, I will clear you. All of them, we're putting it together.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They will have celebrated their birthdays one after the other. Okay. But we decided that because of elections, we're all sacrificing to put them together.
Please, I have a simple task for you.
No proposal of toast.
Please, I beg you. Make sure that my big brother, Mr. Kwesi Ahoy, does not propose the toast. Don't send any microphone close to him. So happy belated birthday to all of you, the senior statesmen.
Yes.
So as Mr. Totobi Kwachi, Mr. Kwesi Ahoy, Mr. Kwame Prepra, and then tomorrow will be Her Excellency Professor.
And the President-elect too.
Yes. No, he's done his.
Yes, but he is also part of November.
Okay. So
I don't know why NDC decided to have all this in November. You know, it used to be the June bonds.
Okay.
You know, Zaneto, Jerry Rollins, Fifi Kwete, Atuahoy, Park, and all those things. We thought the June bonds were much more. It's not in the November.
It shifted.
Before.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So wish you all the very, very best. Belated birthday to all of you, and of course, a happy birthday in advance to you. Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajiman, who says that, well, she's opened the door and she's still holding it for more women.
The young man.
To enter.
Hey.
Supreme leader.
The great leader. This picture, I didn't know when he was Minister of Finance or Energy.
You can tell he was stressed. He was stressed. The budget had stressed him out at the time. Anyway, you know what I miss really? You know, the budget reading that comes with the price of petrol. I miss it. With Professor Kwesi. I miss that one. That's what makes the budget. But that's all we're waiting for.
Yeah. But it tells you we've come a long way, right? We've really come a long way as a nation. Gone are the days when our budget was only 15 pages and the key highlights were
prices of milk.
Yes. Can you imagine? Those were what we were interested in. To know those things. Anyway,
that was a key component of your campaign. The comparative pricing of 2016 and 20.
Did you do that in 2016?
So people have told me that they are waiting for the price of milk to drop to
Did
the
you do that
2016 price.
Did you do that
as part of the resetting agenda?
Did you do that in 2016?
We are moving forward.
Hey,
Prof. Continue to rest in peace.
Yes.
Anyway, so
Napu has started that propaganda already.
My sister, the EC boss, Jim Mensah, when she declared H.E. John Mahama as winner, she said it is finished.
Yes.
But apparently it is not finished. The Electoral Commission of Ghana has appealed for enhanced security to ensure the smooth completion of the recollation process for some 9 constituencies following the December 7, 2024 elections. The Commission has firmly stated that it will not validate results declared under duress or without adherence to proper collation processes, as enshrined in the law. Addressing the media on Thursday, December 19, on controversy surrounding results from 9 outstanding constituencies, EC Chairperson Jim Mensah condemned the actions of political party supporters who disrupted collation activities at constituency centers during the December 7 polls. Quote, at the close of polls on Saturday, the 7th of December 2024, there was a directive by some political party leaders to their supporters to besiege the coalition centers of the EC, where the coalition was taking place. The directive to the supporters to besiege the constituency coalition centers was targeted at destroying documentary evidence and pink sheets, ballot papers, results, collation forms, computers, and to erase and wipe out all documents to be used for the collation. Madam Mensah noted that, Mrs., she's not Madam, noted that collation processes across all centers were proceeding in accordance with the provisions of Constitutional Instrument CI 127 until violent disruptions occurred. The presence of hundreds of supporters who besieged our collation centers brought proceedings to a standstill in a number of the centers. In some instances, they vandalized and destroyed a desktop computer set up to collate the results electronically. She disclosed that some staff faced threats of death and were coerced into declaring results without following due process. Quote, this is unacceptable. It is important to note that the declarations made by our staff were made under threat, and the Commission considers this illegal. Those declarations, as well as others that have gone on in other constituencies, will not be upheld by the Commission. It says Ghana cannot afford to encourage a situation where, depending on one's might, one can determine the outcome of elections. Quote, as a country, we should not go down that slippery slope. We therefore use this occasion to humbly call on the President of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, as well as our President-elect, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, to intervene in this matter to ensure that the Commission is provided with the necessary security and protection to carry out its function. And the EC also urged the National Election Security Task Force to coordinate efforts and establish measures to safeguard its staff. She says, our mandate is not to make anybody a president or a member of parliament. Our mandate is simply to conduct credible, transparent, and fair processes that uphold the choice of the voters. In a related development, the Director of Elections and IT for the NDC, Dr. Edward Omanibuama, whose mother is celebrating her birthday today, has firmly stated that there will be no recollation of parliamentary results in some constituencies as announced by the Electoral Commission. Dr. Omanibuama's comments were made in a Facebook post yesterday, where he cautioned the EC against what he described as an attempt to undermine the will of the people. This development comes after the press conference, what I read to you earlier. Now, Dr. Omanibuama accused the EC of acting under instructions from the governing NPP to reduce the NDC's two-thirds majority in the upcoming 9th Parliament. He described the alleged attempt as undemocratic and warned that the NDC will not tolerate any efforts to tamper with the declared results. His post emphasized that the party would resist any recollation moves by the EC. Quote, useless press conference by Jean Mensah. She has obviously been instructed by NPP to dilute the two-third majority of NDC, but she will fail. She must not tempt us beyond our endurance. We mean business. At all constituencies where the declaration was not done, the Electoral Commission Ghana must have pink sheets that show the NDC won. Instead of agreeing with our demand for an emergency IPAC meeting, she has decided to hide to avoid critical questions being asked at the IPAC meeting. So he says, useless press conference by Jean Mensah. She has obviously been instructed by NPP to dilute the two-thirds majority of NDC, but she will fail. She must not tempt us beyond our endurance. We mean business. Me?
Ronnie, thank you so much. First, let me say this. I've always maintained that Jean Mensah is a problem for this country.
Why?
Because at least I'm old enough to have seen 3 EC bosses. I saw Justice Annan, I saw Afarijan, and I saw Charlotte Osei. And today, Jean Mensah. Never in the history of our elections have we had a EC boss who is always followed by soldiers. Soldiers. Never in the history have I had a EC boss whose house were having soldiers as security detail. When you are very transparent, you are open, when you are able to build trust and confidence in the people, you don't need armed people
But
to provide security.
I drive past a house, even this morning. There's no security there.
You sure?
Oh, yes.
You enter the house?
No, that you normally would have seen them outside, but there's no
vehicle parked there.
No longer.
No longer.
No longer.
Okay, no longer.
Yes,
I'm happy you are using
no, this
no
year.
longer.
In fact, this year I've not seen the armored vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah.
I stayed close to Charlotte.
Yes.
And all I could see was one policeman at a post. So, what is it that made her so scared of her own life that she would want to have not policemen but soldiers?
Is your threat?
Which threats?
Your threats.
Which threats? Which EC boss in this country have never been threatened before?
Mm.
All of them have lived through threats. Because election is about passion, it's election about people's interest. And as such, when their interest is at variance with the interest of the establishment, they will say all sorts of things. But they've all lived. The Afarajan has left the office. He walks through the streets of Accra. No one has even thrown a pebble at him. Charlotte goes round. She's a free person. It is only when you yourself...
I was there on Sunday.
Thank you.
In fact, we meet every Sunday.
Thank you. At church?
Yes.
Yeah. She comes to church?
Alone.
Alone?
Yeah. Or with kids.
You know, it is only when you are not sure of what you're doing yourself, you are not sure whether you are attracting the confidence, the interest, and the support of the majority of Ghanaians, is when you live in fear. So you've imposed the fear on yourself because of your own attitude and demeanor.
Is it not because of, the controversy surrounding the removal of Charlotte Osei and then her appointment, so that the whole appointment then started with this high level of mistrust that President Akufo-Addo had deliberately taken Charlotte out, just got in, what's the name of the lawyer, to do that petition, Maxwell Opoku-Agyeman, to do that petition, to boot her out and to install his own person and all that. So it looks like she came into office under the cloak of that mistrust and suspicion. So anything she did...
Randy, it's not wholly true. Let me give you an example. What happened to the replacement of Domelevo? Was it not the same circumstance? People thought that Domelevo has been removed and somebody else.
I'm sure a lot of people don't even know the name of the person.
That person has been able to engender trust.
That's Johnson, right?
Yes. Engender trust in the whole society. Does it work with soldiers? No. People are now even questioning, is that a sort of Auditor General that Akufo-Addo brought? You see, it is when you know that people have illusions about how you will be appointed, it is for you to engender trust through your actions, pronouncements.
What has she done? Is it because you don't have your way?
Really? I'm not the only Ghanaian.
No, I'm just saying, is it because anytime you have a position, you have a position which is contrary to her position?
No, not really. Okay. Because even when Charlotte was there, we had positions which were contrary to her position.
Right.
But I did get to this level. So you can see that at every point in time, one of the main issues I've had with Jane, it hurts me that she comes from my constituency.
Why should they hurt you?
She disappointed me because the people, the women from my constituency are women who are assertive and women who speak the truth no matter what. You see, when you were at IEA, you insisted on certain things being done to make the electoral system more transparent and accountable to the people, to engender great trust in the people. And then you assume the position. And then the same issues that you were talking about, what you were forcing Charlotte and the rest to do, you come into that position and you are reluctant to do the same thing. Immediately right from there, you become an hypocrite. Let me take this issue. No. Why would the EC at the headquarters even get themselves involved in this? Because the CI 127 is clear. Mm-hmm. What should be done in that circumstance? Randy, you and I, and Bobo sitting here, know the electoral law, like, because we've been part of the system all this while. And you know that by the law itself, collations are only done at the constituency collation offices. And if anyone has a problem with even the result of an election at a polling station, you can ask for recount at that polling station. Post that. There's no way you can ask. You can only ask for collation at the collation center. J. Mensah is only responsible for the presidential ballot and not constituency and parliamentary elections. I would have wished that she insulates herself from this issue and make the district officers responsible for the so-called instances of collation they're talking about. And
so listen to what she says about this issue you've raised. She says that some staff faced threats of death and were coerced into declaring results without following due process. Says this is unacceptable. It's important to note that the declarations made by our staff were made under threat, and the Commission considers this illegal. Those declarations, as well as others that have gone on in other constituencies, will not be upheld by the Commission.
She is not vested with authority to declare those things illegal. She is not vested with authority to...
Really?
Yes, by the law. Let those people go to court and prove to the court that they were put under duress. These were things they were asked to do which are against the regulation. It is not for her to determine. What did she say after Techiman South? Karaga, Gushegu in the last election.
I saw a letter written by the then minority leader.
Yes, I would agree so.
To her.
Yes, that's what we all matched.
Yeah, to her and her response.
Yes. So I'm saying that, why are you changing the goalposts at this particular time? The same situation, the same scenario. Even in Techiman, 6 people were killed. You understand? So, even in that instant, you access to go to the court. In situations where a fly has not been stepped on, an ant has not been killed, that one you are not asking them to go to the court, but you are arrogating to yourself that authority to declare that declaration, that collation and that declaration as illegal. On what basis?
So the first time this issue came up, that we discussed, this issue of claims that people were coerced and all that, then a very, very, very senior lawyer sent this to me. So I went back on my phone to check it. It says, coercion and duress are issues of evidence to be established in court. Nobody has the power or right to determine that. It's an issue of fact to be established in court by leading credible evidence. In short, there are factual issues which have to be established by credible and cogent evidence in a court of competent jurisdiction, period. What if NDC also raised those issues for constituencies they also lost? Will the EC hold the same position? So he says that the best forum, the impartial is the court. That's what. And he's saying that if there's evidence of this, it will constitute.
When I was listening to the constituencies, then I heard them mentioning Dominic Abenya.
Yes.
I said, Dominic Abenya, Gabo himself, I've accepted. He was there when the declaration, he met his constituency, but I have the video where he said, look, election is not about life. If we've lost, let's go do our things well, and then we'll come back. Yes! Gabo himself, addressing his party supporters.
No, I thought that video where he was addressing the party. I've seen that video. I've seen the video.
When the declaration was done.
I've seen the video.
And the MP did not raise any objection to it.
I've seen the video.
And the MP did not raise any objection to it.
I've seen that video.
You understand? So it raises questions about the propriety of J. Mensah's assertion.
And then I've seen a video of Tema Central too.
Tema Central.
The person who claims that he was the person who claimed that he was threatened or whatever. And you see the video of the declaration.
Yes. And there was nothing there.
It doesn't seem to support what he says.
So I'm saying that when you do those things, you make the other side think that there is something really you want to do. To me, look, if those 4 which have already been declared, if there are problems with it should go to court. They should send their evidence to court and prove that truly there were problems with the collation. Certain polling stations are not being collated. The 5 others, it is for you to meet with the parties and say, look, this is, because you know, our candidate in Akwetia has raised an issue that they were all asked to bring the boxes and all those things to Chebi for recollation, even though they reluctantly agreed. When they got to Chebi, all that they heard, without notice to them, all those things have been sent to Accra. You expect our people to carry all their people, the evidence they have, everything from Akwitia to Accra. Well, why? Jurisdiction. In every situation, jurisdiction is important. Now you moving them away from even Eastern region to Greater Accra. Why? For what purpose? In fact, Jane is making things difficult for all of us.
Your party is raising an issue. They say that there are court proceedings against the EC, that they have properly served the EC. Yet, in all the 2 media engagements that the EC has had, the EC is not even made reference
to the
court issue. Yeah. Meanwhile, this is an EC that when they receive notice of an injunction, or they even hear, they issue a statement. And so
you remember what happened during our presidential primary?
Yes, and so they believe that the EC is up to something.
Yes.
For the EC not to even acknowledge and tell the public that, look, we have received this injunction. They do not mention it, and it's pretty obvious that they want to go ahead with a recollation, although there are legal proceedings prevent or asking them to stop what they are doing. So they're conveniently pretending that they do not have any notice of any court proceedings, although according to Eduji and some of your lawyers, they have been properly
duly served. You see, my worry is that NDC, for example, we have serious issues about Wejagbawi. Wejagbawi, serious. But when the EC was mentioning those constituencies, they conveniently excluded Wejagbawi.
Maybe you've not made a formal complaint.
We have.
You have?
We have.
Okay.
We have. You see, so this is what I said from the beginning, that her actions and pronouncements and demeanor makes one side of the divide have a feeling that she has something sinister against us. And as a EC boss, as a referee, when you do that, it makes it difficult to be able to bring people together, to be able to have a compromise resolution of issues so that we can have peace. Look, yesterday I saw a tweet from Dr. Prempe. Dr. Prempe.
You mean H. Kwesi Prempe?
H. Kwesi Prempe. Okay. And he said, from the way the EC is behaving, if the election, the presidential result, had not gone the way he cannot predict what will have happened in this country. And that is true. If the whole elections have not been so obvious and the margins have not been so clear, and Bobo and Baumia have not accepted their humiliating defeat, it would have been very difficult for the EC to give us that tranquility to be able to even proceed as a country. And that is my worry. I think the EC should go back to its own regulation, the CI 127, and accept the fact that they are venturing into a territory that is not within their domain, and allow the parties to resolve these issues. Look, NDC, I don't think the NDC is so much, let me use the word for this purpose, greedy. We have a good majority in Parliament. We are not too much greedy in taking seats that we know we didn't win. All that we want to be sure of is the fact that things have been done right. We deservedly won this constituency. The MPP deservedly won this. And then we all have a peace of mind. It is becoming murky to think that the NDC still want to take seats that they didn't win. That's the impression is created out there. And it is not lost on us for the fact that we need to make Ghanaians understand that the rules of the game indicates this. And so this be that. If we go to court tomorrow, and the courts look at all the evidence and the facts, and the court say that, look, by this coalition, during the presidential elections, didn't we even hire the services of an international audit firm to audit the pink sheets?
KPMG,
to audit the pink sheets. So why can't even the court have that opportunity to also, so that we can have peace of mind, that we can declare that Bobo won, Nilante didn't win. Then we all accept it. But when the EC is arrogated to himself, in this circumstance, an authority and power that doesn't, what they don't have, it makes it difficult for us to accept. That's all that we are saying.
So there's a security angle, and I'll end with you there, but please take note of that as well. Now, we know that there's the Election Security Task Force.
Yes.
We know that with all this recollation thing, the Electoral Commission got the Election Security Task Force to designate the police depot at Tesano
yes,
as the place for the recollation. So it happened for 2 days.
Yes.
After that, we see that it's not happening there again. Initially, we thought that it had to do with the court injunction. Now, at a presser yesterday, the EC boss, Jean, was also, apart from asking President Kufuor and President-elect John Mahama to intervene.
What is John Mahama going to do? Is John Mahama in power?
Is to intervene to ensure that the commission is provided with necessary security and protection to carry out its function. The EC also urged the National Election Security Task Force to coordinate efforts and establish measures to safeguard its staff resources, which presupposes that the EC believes that it is not getting the kind of security that it requires to go ahead with what it started at the police depot. Now, people have begun reading all manner of things into this. You know that the Election Task Force is headed by the IGP.
Yeah.
I'm sure from yesterday, you've heard the rumor about the rumor which suggests that President Kufuor wants to change IGP Dampari, and people link it to this.
Yes.
And I've seen a post by Franklin Kuju just today, this morning, says that we have reliable intelligence that the current IGP is being harassed and threatened with removal from office by the Kufuor administration before they leave office. It's crime. For standing up for peaceful and transparent elections, for denying the government the opportunity to put in motion election rigging machinery. It had long planned for previous by-elections and the one they lost. Now, though in connivance with a high-handed Electoral Commission, the government is forcing election security services to provide service for the recollation of some 9 constituencies, elements of the government believe they won. Thankfully, the Electoral Security Services have flatly denied the EC its request to help rig the clear mandate that the NDC has been given. It is shameful that elements of this government are misbehaving and putting our democracy in great danger. They are mistaken, and should they dare remove the IGP and install their puppets to grant the rigging-minded and pliant EC to overturn the will of the people in the 9 constituencies, they will be responsible for what happens to them. I sincerely hope that President-elect John Dramani Mahama and the NDC and all civilized Ghanaians will rise to the occasion and deal with these miscreants. This also brings to the fore Imani's current suit before the Supreme Court for the interpretation that provisions in the Constitution do not grant powers to an incoming president to arbitrarily remove heads of security services. While we wait on the Supreme Court to make a determination, we should fight the latest thuggish approach to remove an IGP who only served his country. Open your eyes, people, and fight for civility and order.
Brother, you see, there is even a history to this. You remember after Asen North, what didn't happen? To the extent that we even have we had a parliamentary committee to investigate the whole issue about a tape, you know, where a senior police officer was indicating to the government to remove the IGP because the IGP's actions will not inure to their benefit in the 2024 elections. So having this historical background, I am reluctant to think that anyone will even venture into that aspect of security, interfere with the security task force of 2024 elections. But then if, well, a friend of mine always says there's nothing that the MPP cannot do. And they can even change a man into a woman. So I would say that the NDC has made its point clear. Dr. Manibuama has said it. Our legal head, Eduji, has also said it, that we are not going to accept any violation of CI 127. We are not going to accept any situation where the EC will arrogate to itself powers they do not have. We are not going to accept any situation where already declared results will be recollated by the EC when it's already been collated and declared in their respective constituencies. We are also not going to accept any situation where the EC will create a situation. Look, if I don't think in Bobo's constituency, there was a call for soldiers and police before the results were collated and announced. If what you are doing is right, Randy, you don't even need more than 2 agents of a political party to be there to accept. But what they are doing, let me tell them, even when they take it to 4 Garrison, 2nd Brigade, or to Bawa Barracks, and the NDC is convinced that what they are doing is wrong, will protest. Legally and legitimately will protest. So asking for the police to take it to police depot or to police headquarters will not exonerate them from reactions of the NDC. The best thing they can do, engage, and let us all amicably accept the conditions under which they want to do what they want to do, if it's within the law. And then for peace, we shall duly sit down and look at it, and let's all accept. Because at the end of it all, it is not in the interest of both the NDC and the MPP to have some of their PCs today sitting down and not knowing their fate, whether he is won or not. We have few days to the end of the parliamentary session and the resumption and let me say inauguration of the new parliament. By today, every MP elect should be preparing his mind and himself for the inauguration. So it is not in the interest of the candidates in those constituencies. They are now, they are living in suspense, they don't know their situation, and it's so much on them. So I think that what Omani has called for, immediate meeting of IPAC, is a very reasonable resolution mechanism that we have adopted. Let's all meet, let's take a decision at IPAC as to what to do. If we all accept that, look.
But if the Electoral Commission, it baffles me. You say that it is the political parties, you are blaming them, you are calling them out. But you don't want to call an IPAC meeting.
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, you prefer to address the political parties and speak to them through the media.
Yes.
When you have IPAC to
Yes.
deal with the issues
Yes.
and present the evidence to them and have a discussion
Yes.
there.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying, that Jim Mensah
And the
is
parties
problem.
themselves are asking you for an emergency
Jim,
IPAC meeting and you won't call.
If the NDC that you say are the ones they are calling for IPAC meeting, and you know sometimes IPAC solutions and decisions are binding on all of us when we have agreed at IPAC. So take him to the table. Let NDC sit down, let MPP sit down, and let's resolve it. Because in some of the constituencies where we have it declared, they had disagreements. But when the candidates agreed, they sat down and agreed on the modus operandi of the recollation. And they did it. And everybody went his way in peace. But in this particular instance, the EC want to impose on us their will, and we will not accept it.
Rubo, let me bring you.
Well.
Let me indicate that Mr. Michael Kwe Jr. has indicated that he wants to correct a few things because you mentioned him. Yeah. I'm told that we have him on the line. Yeah, sure. So let's just clear that and then we'll get to Ejapa Mesa. Good morning, Mike.
My brother Randy, how are you?
Good. And you?
Very well, by the grace of God.
Right.
Everything is well.
Right. I'm told that you want to respond to a few things that have been said on the program.
Oh, yes. I mean, I was given the impression and called about the fact that my brother Nilante said I was there when the collation and the declaration was made.
Right.
And I wanted to say that that is not factual.
Okay.
I wasn't there. And I want Nilante to understand something very basic. Look, we were all in the collation center to sum up everything because we can't go through all of it. When the people invaded the room, beat up people, everybody ran away, including even the district director. After that, the district director called the chairman of my constituency and told him that because the place was not safe and he even had to run for his dear life, he will call us tomorrow at 8 o'clock and let us know what time to meet at the regional office so we can do the collation. Just like my brother Nilante was espousing regional meetings. So we knew that the collation had been suspended, only to find out via TV about 9 o'clock that there were some movements over there. Later to find out that when the EC man was gathering his documents, he was held, forced to collate with a threat that if he doesn't, they'll burn everything down. And the returning officer too then was forced to declare. Now, we all know that if you are going to collate and declare, the other side must be given notice to be there so that we do it together. So I just want to ask NDC this question. So if me and EC, we go and sit in a room, we add figures, collate everything, and I come and declare it with the EC, will NDC like it? So if the answer is no, let's just do the right thing. Let's satisfy the sections of CI 127 that say that we must be present, unless, of course, we have been invited, or we refuse to attend. As for that one, is non-attendance. But where we have been told officially that the event is happening tomorrow, and the event is forcibly held, then there's a problem. I remember when I spoke to the media the very next day about the EC official being forced, they found it a bit strange until we've all subsequently not heard, but even witnessed EC officials being forced and held to declare results. So this is all I have to say about it, that I was not there when it happened.
All right. Now, Mike, let me just pick your brain on something. You are a lawyer. Yeah. Now, in the event of the situation that you just described, yeah, what is the proper forum? What's the prescribed forum for resolution?
And that is why the next day, the EC invited us to the regional office for us to have the right forum, safety, and also agents present to collate. The NDC also attended. They were there for about, what is this? So we were there for about an hour or so. They got some phone calls in the interim in about 20 minutes. And then they said that they've been told that they should not take part and that they're leaving. So that is why the official collation could not happen. And all I'm saying, whether it's to Nilante or my brother Mesa or anything, we just don't want a system where an election can be held, one party comes, beats everybody out of the room. When everybody leaves, then another group meets to collate in the absence of another who have been informed officially that we are meeting at another venue. That is the issue that we're complaining about.
Is it an issue that should be determined by the courts?
In fact, to be honest, one thing about courts, as you know, administrative law, you have to follow the procedure. And when you exhaust the procedure, then you can go to court. So if the EC at that juncture, and as of now, have told us that they are still seized with the matter and want to handle it, then the only thing we can do now is to look for a direction in mandamus to force them to do what they have to do. And that is the next step that we're taking. But other than that, there's no need to just go to court for the sake of it. Because when you go to court, what the court will tell you is that you have not exhausted the procedures that you're supposed to, and so therefore your case is thrown out.
Well, I asked that question because the other side also claims that the EC has made a declaration. If anybody thinks
that declaration in itself is not a declaration that can be recognized.
Mike, let me finish with the question.
No, Randy, I want to make this point because you see, I called in for a specific reason, just to inform Nilante that I was not there. And by the rules, I'm supposed to be there for collation and declaration. I even have some parts that I have to sign. If nevertheless I'm there, but I refuse to sign, that is a different argument. But I'm telling you, myself or my agents were not informed, we were not there, and so therefore the declaration in itself is also a virus. That's all we are saying.
Okay.
Yes. So the EC have told us, when we got there, they told us that the Dominic Kwabenya declaration did not follow procedure, and so it has been declared suspended because of irregularities and inconsistencies. The EC told us that at the table. So we are all aware of the EC's position on this.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Mike,
I'm sure,
yes,
just to add this, I'm sure you are aware of a case in 2004 in Pru West under Dr. Ferijan, where the EC, after making a declaration, later on, Ferijan said no, the so-called declaration there did not follow procedure, and so it had to be redone, and after that, it was redeclared. Nobody said that you have to go to court before that. If the EC within its processes realizes that there's such a grave mistake, for example, non-representation of one party, then they can ask that they sort out the problem internally even before it goes to court. Of course, if one party refuses to comply, then we can look at the possibility of the court forcing the EC, and at which point, if you are given notice and you don't attend, then the EC can take its own decision. But this is what happened. I just wanted to clarify the matter that I was not there, I was not informed, and I've been informed of another venue. That's all I wanted to do.
Right. Thanks, Mike, for joining us. And
thank you very much, and greetings to everybody.
Right. Okay. So that was Mike Okwe Jr., who's the NPP's candidate, the Dominicana constituency, in the just ended election. I'm also getting indication that the side of the NDC's candidate would also want to speak with us. But let me hear you.
So the platform has been turned into battles and responses. But you see, Randy, I mean, I don't see why these matters really should be engaging our attention the way it is. And it seems to me that there's a certain fixation by the NDC on this 2/3 majority. The other day I sent you a message as well. I was wondering what really they need the 2/3 for. Because it's really empty. You can only apply it when you want to remove the president under Article 69(11). That's why you need 2/3. Or you want to censure a minister of state. That's when you need the 2/3. But how is NDC going to censure Mr. Mahama?
You never know.
Oh. How is NDC ever going to censure any of their ministers? So really, I don't know why the fixation on the so-called 2/3 is then leading to the degeneration of these very simple matters that the EC has the capability to resolve. Andy, it's good Mike intervened and drew our attention to the Pru West precedent. And indeed, and in fact, if you listen to the EC presser yesterday, and the attached sheet of the issues relative to each of the constituencies concerned, it cannot be said that the EC is functus officio, hence the matter then is a subject matter that they finish their work and they cannot anymore entertain any question relating to the election at the polling station. And so, for example, second D, the EC is functus officio. It's been declared validly. Okay, all the parties signed. I wasn't present, but my agent was, and they signed off. I don't have any issues at all. And that is the case with several other constituencies, except this 9. That the EC itself has come and said that, look, the evidence before us, these declarations cannot under any circumstances be deemed to be legitimate. And so our work is not done. Why the insistence that, hey, your work is done? Look at the example that Michael Quay just gave. And Randy, I have the list.
Yeah, help me with each the Pru West one that he gives. There's some people sending me messages saying that was done under CI 126. CI 126 perhaps empowered the EC boss to do that. CI 127 does not.
Our electoral laws haven't changed materially.
But for every election, there is.
I don't have a problem, but I'm saying that when it comes to the issue of collation and all that, it hasn't changed materially from previous laws. Yeah, of course, you improve the processes by amending or passing new constitutional instruments to deal with ensuring that you have an open, transparent process, free and fair elections. Okay? But EC is entitled to recollect at the polling station. Now, it is only when a valid declaration has been made, like the example of Sekendi that I cited, that you would say that the EC is functions officials and cannot then entertain any matter. Michael Kwe narrates what happened in Domi Kwabenya. Clearly, nobody in his right mind can say that that was a valid declaration. The EC has admitted that our officials, in some cases, were told that guns were held to people's heads.
And they didn't report to police?
Of course, it's up to them to report. I don't have any issue. Okay? It says in this statement that the process for recollation has stalled as the Ghana Police Service expressed concerns about threats from party supporters. Recollation will take place once adequate security is provided. And so calling on the leadership of these political parties to intervene, calling on Mr. Mahama, who is the leader of the NDC, calling on His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. As far as I'm concerned, it's in order.
Mama, what functional role has
He's
he
the
got?
leader of the NDC.
But he has no functional
If he calls his supporters to order, they would leave these collation centers for EC to do his job, for the police service to provide the requisite security to ensure that this work is done. 9 seats. Yes, you have an absolute majority. So I really don't see where this tension arising out of some fixation of we have 2/3. Why? The 2/3, what does it give to you? You can amend entrenched provisions of the Constitution. You cannot.
What about
with your 2/3?
What about those that are not entrenched?
Yeah, but of course, those ones is a pure act of parliament. You need only a simple majority to pass them, which you have. If you want to amend any of the entrenched provisions of the Constitution under Article 290, the process is clear. You need a referendum where at least 40% of registered voters must vote and 75% of that.
But why are you
number.
thinking for us?
So that's why I'm wondering why your fixation on the 2/3. Because it seems to me that you think that having that number will give you some extra advantage in parliament. I'm saying it does not.
Nobody has thought.
Because the circumstances under which you will need the 2/3 is really when you want to remove the president or censure a minister. I cannot for the life of me see how NDC want to remove Mr. Mahama during the 4 years of his tenure.
Maybe they want to have 2/3 on every committee.
So that what can happen? It all boils down to a vote. And the voting in parliament is clear. It's on a majority. A simple majority. On many of the issues, except these ones that you require an enhanced majority to enable you do it. So really,
if they believe that the law is being broken, if they believe
But
that their legitimacy is being taken away from them, should they let go just because they have numbers and they probably don't need those 9?
To see why they even think that some law is being breached. The EC says that, look, these declarations were illegal. They did not comply with the processes as outlined in law. And so our work is not done.
They said the EC does not have that right to make that determination.
Why?
So Ajo sends me this. He says, please ask Mesa, when the EC became an investigative body and a court to determine criminality and beyond reasonable doubt, when was the investigation commenced? Then which court of competent jurisdiction made a determination that a crime had been committed? When did the EC become a court to determine duress? When did CI 127 mention valid declaration? What did EC tell us about Techiman South? Under which section of the CI does EC base its recollation? It says that Ejapa should stop deflecting. No one has told Mesa that the NDC is fixated on the 2/3 in parliament.
So I fail to see really what the need is.
It's not
in
any
event, Randy,
yes.
This talk about what you call it, criminality and what court has made a determination is neither here nor there.
Why?
It's an administrative body with officials performing certain functions. They ought to comply with a certain procedure and do a report to their superiors. Okay? And so if the presiding officer, for example, or the district officer clearly indicates that, look, this was the situation under which this declaration was made.
What if he lied?
What
if the
so let
officer
the people, so let them prove that he's lying.
Yeah, because they are disputing it.
No, wait.
It's only in the court that you can
They are
prove.
disputing it.
So take it to court.
And you must be the one to take it to court.
NDC should take it to court.
How?
But are you aware?
Because as far as the EC is concerned, the process is incomplete. And they are indicating that subject to the removal of these party supporters that is calling on Mr. Mahama and Mr. Akufo-Addo to do, the police is willing to provide the security for us to conduct the collation. If you think that that is wrongful, go to court.
So the NDC says it has gone to court.
Where?
Here in Accra. And that it has secured an injunction against the
Have you seen a copy of the injunction?
I have seen it.
I haven't seen it.
I've
I'm not so sure whether. I haven't seen it.
I've seen it.
I saw some processes that they went to show in the Tesano.
No, beyond that, after that.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it.
So their issue real, and they say that they've properly served the EC.
And the injunction
and
is
they
to
are
achieve
baffled
what? To stop the
on
EC
the
from
5.
performing their functions.
They've mentioned some 5 constituencies.
That EC should not work.
Yeah, that no.
Because
That, as far as they are concerned, the declaration has
been
made.
done.
By who?
By the EC
By
officers.
officers who say they haven't.
No, I'm saying that's their case. They've gone to court. They have gone to court. I'm saying
let
that
it play
because
out
you
there.
see,
We'll certainly come to
because
the point. Because I really don't see what the issue is.
My issue really is that the EC, and I remember sitting here when the EC relied on that injunction to say that it was not going to perform that service that the NDC had paid it for in their primaries, just because the attention has been drawn to an
not
injunction.
even served.
I said that the EC is creating a precedent that tomorrow will haunt it. Because when you tell us that once your attention is drawn to a suit, irrespective of whatever it is, you will stop your work. And you issued a statement to tell us that. So if today another party, whether their case is frivolous or not, have gone to court and you've been notified of that process and you insist on continuing.
You have a case there. I mean, you have a case there. I mean, they have to respond to that appropriately. But as far as I'm concerned,
I remember saying that here,
as far
that
as
they
I'm
ought to be
concerned,
careful with that precedent they were setting.
no issues. As far as I'm concerned, the issues are very simple, straightforward. EC says their work is not done. These declarations, I've read a statement from the official from Tema Central. It cannot, under any circumstances, be
that official
deemed
couldn't
to
also
be
have been induced
to
and
be
coerced.
to be. So that's where you have the proof. Then you go to court and go and prove that.
No, as far as we are concerned, the results have been declared in those constituencies.
But as
so
far as
if you are
is
not happy
concerned,
with those results, you are the one who go
reports
to
that
court,
they've gotten
not
from
us.
their officials on the ground is to the effect that these results have not been declared, or that any declarations that were made was not in accord with the procedure outlined in law. And so they are seeking to do the right thing. Cooperate with them. If you disagree, you know where to go.
What we are saying is that they are not
I don't
close,
see why
they
we
are
are
not
creating.
close with that authority.
You won the
so
election.
The best thing they have to do is the EC should go to court
You've been
and say that
winners.
the declaration which was done
There's a
was
transition
against
process
their
ongoing
rules.
today.
It's the EC
to
which
ensure that Mr. Mahama is president from the 7th.
Babu.
You have almost 180 something members of parliament.
Babu, you are a lawyer. I'm not. I'm not.
So let's go through the process.
I couldn't.
After all, if the recollation and you have all the results, you have all the pink sheets, you have all of them. You got them from the polling station through your agents. If the EC recollation is inconsistent with your pink sheets that you have, you know the rules.
Babu, it's the same.
I don't know why we are generating this needless tension when the exercise that the EC is seeking to do is very, very, very simple.
But that's
the report, but they say it's not complete. Are you the one who determines what the
so no, as far as we are concerned, Babu, as far as we are concerned, the declaration has been made. The declaration has been made by the rightful authority.
Are you the EC?
No.
The EC is the authority that makes the declaration.
No.
The Electoral Commission, of course, that is what the rule says. In accordance with the law. And the EC chairperson says that per report from my field office. Will you allow me to make my point? The reports from their field officers, which they made public. I have a copy here. I'm sure you've seen it.
Yes.
Each constituency and the issues that took place, the reason why they say that the recollation has to take place. You say no. You allow them to recollate.
Because they disagree.
Disagree with all the recollation.
Because you see,
but the recollation is a revoting.
No, but you guys were in parliament. You guys were in parliament. You guys were in parliament. The speaker took an action. The speaker believed that he was right.
Which action was that?
The one relating to the 4 seats that were declared vacant. The speaker believed that whatever he did was right. There were some people who believed that.
Don't lead me into temptation.
No, I'm just saying. No, when I finish, you get the point I'm making.
Don't lead.
No, you get the point I'm making. I'm saying that
because there was no such belief.
No, by the speaker.
Please, let's not go there. That's why I said don't lead me into temptation.
No,
because you and I know what they're supposed to do.
No, you challenge the speaker's action in court.
Randy, don't lead me into temptation.
No, I'm saying you challenge the speaker's action in court.
Very good friend.
Yes.
So don't lead me into temptation.
Why?
Me, I'm exiting parliament.
No, all I'm saying.
Let me exit with my relationships intact.
Andrew, the point I'm making.
You see,
the point I'm making is that
Randy.
The point I'm making is that there are many times that this same Electoral Commission has believed that what he's doing is right, is supported by law, and has been proven wrong.
I don't have a problem at all. So let them go and prove him wrong.
So they said they've gone to court.
Yeah, that's fine.
And they have served the process on you.
I don't have a difficult.
Yet you are addressing us and creating the impression that you don't even know of the existence.
I want to understand.
When in the past you have issued a statement to tell us that your attention has been drawn to a certain court process, so you cannot even go ahead.
I'm not an official of Electoral Commission. I don't speak for them. But when it comes to this simple matter of the 9 constituencies recollation, I don't think that the temperature is necessary. I don't think so at all.
And who is creating that temperature?
You.
How?
Because
it's the easy.
Because listen to what my brother Omane Boama has posted.
Yes.
What's the meaning of that?
Let me explain.
There's no recollation.
Let me explain to you.
What's the meaning of that?
Let me explain to you. Ejapa, let me explain to you. You're a lawyer. We have a situation out of the 9, 4 of these constituencies, collation has been done and declaration made. You understand? So
the NDC.
No, by the EC officials.
But is that what the EC is saying?
Listen to me.
The EC said that they did it under duress.
Yes.
So I'm saying, Ejapa, you listen to me.
It vitiates the process completely.
And the NDC believes that it's a post-facto rationalization.
What do you have to prove it?
Yes.
It's an administrative process.
And administrative process.
The report from the constituency.
The administrative process which is enshrined in law.
Like Prue West took place. The EC
so why didn't the same EC apply this principle in Techiman South when the NDC protested?
What happened in Techiman South?
The declaration.
They declared that the declaration was invalid.
Yes. That it was done under duress.
Oh, that was Techiman South.
Yes.
I haven't seen it.
2020.
Yes.
Ejapa.
Why? Do I have to see everything? I mean, secondly, what does Techiman South got to do?
That's the Techiman South.
Yes, there was.
This is the declaration. This is the circumstance under which the declaration was made.
Yes.
And the NDC protested, and they were told that go to court.
In 2020, in Karaga, the declaration was moved from the.
So you are saying that this was wrongful? You are saying this?
No, I'm saying that the EC should apply the same principle.
I'm asking whether you're saying that this was wrongful.
Yes.
It's not for me to determine.
I just want some consistency.
It was wrongful.
Yes. And the EC asked the NDC to go to court.
But this 9 is rightful. And so you say go to court.
No, we are saying that in the same manner, Ejapa, we are saying the same manner.
But how is it not the case that in the same manner that you say this was wrongful, the right thing ought to be done now?
No, we are saying.
Why not?
No, we are saying the EC cannot blow.
But you are saying that but you are blowing hot and what?
No, we are blowing hot and hot. We have been consistent.
How is this consistent?
Look, what we are saying here is that the
same. You see the things that we do to ourselves.
No, Ejapa, the same rule the EC
right now. Look, Sammy, if you report 2020, you people are taxpayers' money. This, that, and now. He's going to get into the same office.
You said I should listen to
you. He will get the same perks. State vehicle.
Which
why when you're a minister, why you not giving an official vehicle? Why not giving fuel? Why not?
I was giving.
That's your entitlement.
But who said that is wrong?
But when your party people,
they said what?
They are living on public taxpayers' money. All sorts of things that you say.
Who said
when you are in opposition? Me,
who said
I won't go there.
Who said that?
But I'm saying that let's be consistent with our own positions.
Anyway,
when we claim that what took place in Techiman South, assuming that it was wrongful, should not be repeated in other constituencies because that's what you sought to do. So be consistent.
No. Let me. We are.
You say that because the EC
we are being
did
consistent
not listen
in
to
this.
Then the EC should not.
No, Japan. Listen to me carefully. We said Techiman South. In that circumstance, in that situation, the EC went according to its own regulation and asked us to go to court. We duly went to court.
So you didn't know
went to court.
Did you know the provisions?
And the court made a declaration.
Why did you raise an issue?
Listen. The same stand in this situation. We are saying that our candidates for constituencies, the EC officials have duly declared the result of the election. So if the MPP are not happy with it, like in Techiman South, they can duly go to court.
But MPP hasn't said anything. It's the EC that is speaking.
The MPP has not said what?
They haven't said anything.
And the EC,
we say we are working with the EC.
What are the rules?
The EC says that the results, as per the officials that have reported to them, have not been declared. So we are going to recollate and declare. That's all. That's what the EC is saying.
Which officials?
The EC officials
have not done what?
They haven't declared.
Which EC says that? The headquarters or the constituency?
The chairperson of the Electoral Commission is responsible for all the officials of EC.
No, but it's not responsible for the constituencies. But it's by her own CI. So she's not responsible for the constituency parliamentary elections.
So the fact that she's
not responsible for the parliamentary elections.
Presidential election.
So a returning officer who is vested, the constituency, the district returning officer is vested with the authority to declare result in the constituency. Yes. The EC at the headquarters has no right.
And the returning officer has come to her boss to say, I did not declare. They put a gun to my head.
All right. They should go and prove it in court.
How? The Electoral Commission says, well, in that case, let's do the collation and declare it. So if you are dissatisfied, then you go to court. If there's no valid declaration, how can you go to court?
There has been a valid declaration.
The Electoral officials say there has not been.
Anyway,
I cannot understand. What's the problem with your collation?
What is a valid declaration?
It's one that is done in accordance with law.
But the one which were done were according to law.
But the people who managed the election said it was not. You two say it was.
So go to court and prove that it was
not. Do what? They will do it.
So that'll be it. Up next, Metro Sports. You know, in a space of 2 weeks, go to court doesn't want to go to court. And we won't go to court wants to go to court.
There you go.
Enjoy the weekend.
Now one kasana the akos went to what you say. I will beat me kase, or now will be my poster be, and a one way, thank you for me and Sasa, me show one. No one kasa much the akos you say. Where that and I shan't regent. Why not see a shan't regent to Abba? Now, Gano. That's a cranny anya BB wa hasaya. Now, Omo Western North. Ya paza broki hati nyasem ketwa. Wahemba emma mebu mapa wo wiase. Besi wahemba mebu ma wo wiase o. Poyado. Ebi wo ho a wo kope no. Ne waka kire wo se bra mi kuro nwu ye ntinya. Na wahemba de ya wo mu kwa ne se. Ubeso wo TV ana ubeso wo WhatsApp no ko. Ubete krrr da Ebrade na me yawu. Don't Mahama, Ebrade Buanipa, now what Buanipa? Don't Mahama, I need us, I need already Nipa, I need us. What is the TV answer here? Quasia Sam, Quasia, I just a Buakuma, Titia Kuma, just a me, TV, BM, our Miriam.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. Bet safer.